Welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to share with you guys our honeymoon trip to Costa Rica. Wes and I went to Costa Rica 4 years ago, right after our wedding. I never did make the vlog of it because I was not doing YouTube at the time. I watched YouTube religiously at the time, but I did not make my own videos. But the longer I do YouTube, the more I desire to make this video. So I just wanted to throw together all the pictures and video clips that I had from that trip, try to get them all in a nice order for you guys so you guys can see what we did on our honeymoon. Just keep in mind that the picture quality and video quality is not that of a travel vlogger these days. This was filmed and photographed before I did YouTube and knew how to make a video in good quality, so the pictures and videos are not the best quality. But I still wanted to share this special trip with you guys, and this was my first time out of the country, and it was an amazing trip, and I cannot wait to go back one day. But if you want to see our honeymoon trip to Costa Rica, then just keep watching. So our first place that we stayed was in San Jose, and I will insert the name of the hotel in the picture above. I can't remember it off the top of my head right now. And then we headed to Pacuare Lodge from there. So we only spent one night in San Jose, and then we had some really awesome guides pick us up from Pacuare Lodge in a nice Mercedes bus.
Hey, baby.
From there, we traveled to Pacuare River to get on our raft to head to Pacuare Lodge. So the thing about Pacuare Lodge is it is deep in the rainforest. There are no roads to get there. The only way to get there is by raft or by helicopter, and we chose to raft. And these are level like class 4 and 5 rapids, so it is a little more dangerous rafting. So if you're not an experienced rafter and you still want to go there, I would recommend taking the helicopter. So we did stop by another hotel or whatever this place was, an inn or bed and breakfast, I'm not sure. But we stopped and picked up a man and his son. They were on a father and son trip. I cannot remember their names. I think one of them might have been John, but I cannot remember. But I did not have a GoPro at the time, but I did have a waterproof like disposable camera. And I took a picture of the group of us, and I was going to send him one in an email, but we were rafting and he gave me a piece of paper with his email on it, and I lost or it got wet, and I never did get to send him the picture. So I hope they come across this video and have that picture for their trip. But anyway, if not, oh well. But they were a lovely father and son. They were so nice. So it was about a 3-hour drive from San Jose to where we put in at the river. So we got to see a lot of sights of Costa Rica, the beautiful countryside, the beautiful rainbow eucalyptus trees, which I don't have a clip or a picture of, and I hate that. I might insert a picture just so you can see what I'm talking about, but I don't have a picture. I tried to get a picture through the window, but it was raining and it didn't turn out well. But anyway, this is us picking them up. So on the way, we did stop at a little diner, a little restaurant. The name of it is on the window behind Wes. I don't know if you can read it. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But we just had a typical Costa Rican breakfast there. It was amazing. We bought hoodies, and then we were back on our road to the river. So on the way, we did pick up a young kid who worked for the lodge, and it was awesome. We picked him up at his home. Actually, he jumped off a bridge and swam to his home when we dropped him off heading back out, and I just thought that was so cool. He was probably like 14 or 15, and it's just a whole different way of life there, and it was just awesome to see how others, seeing a different culture, different society. They have this pura vida mindset, and it's just amazing to see people with so little, and they're so happy and content with their life. And here in America, people being in America and going there, you see how grumpy everyone seems to be back home, and not to bash my home, but going there and seeing people who were dirt poor. I mean, we saw slums, and the people there were just so kind and so happy still, even though they had so little, and I think there's a lot to be learned from that. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Wishing On Travel Agency in North Carolina. They're the ones who helped us plan this trip. I told them where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do in Costa Rica, and they planned everything from start to finish, from the flights to the transportation to the massages, the horseback riding, everything we wanted to do. We gave them our budget, we gave them where we wanted to go, what we wanted to do, and they made it happen, and everything went off without a hitch. Every place that we stopped, we had a car ready and waiting for us to go to the next place. And from our itinerary, it looks like they used Way to Go tours to plan this trip for us as well. So shout out to Wishing On Travel Agency and Way to Go Tours. Thank you so much for our amazing honeymoon.
Right, there you got the river. Right, welcome. Oh yes. It's been low because we're still in summertime, right? The weather is like that because we are on transition. Jumping from the summertime to the rainy season. That's why. It's low. It's raining at mountain right now. Those couple rafts down there are our gear. So once we get down, they're gonna be free. I mean, you just gotta take down your bags from the car and just wait, okay? The guys are gonna do everything for you. They're gonna package your stuff and all those things. And also, when they get ready, they're gonna call you guys and start the safety talk and all the things that you need. So for now, you can feel free to walk around. I mean, around here, if you like anything where you can do it too. So also guys, in case if you won't see me again, it's because I gotta take my kayak and go straight down to the lodge, okay? And from the lodge I will be taking people out. Today your safety kayaker is gonna be Edward, okay? Edward is gonna go down with you today.
So we met our first guide and hopped on the river. We got to stop along the way and play in the water and walk up to a little waterfall, which was awesome. I will say though that there are lots of venomous, very venomous snakes in Costa Rica, so please be careful, because during one of our hikes to a waterfall, Wes did step on a fer-de-lance, and on the way back he stepped on another one. Praise God he didn't get bit, or I didn't get bit, because I was right beside him. So these pictures I got from Pacuare's website, their Facebook page. This is the helicopter, and then the rafts show you how they get things to the lodge in the rainforest. Everything there has been rafted down or brought in by helicopter. That is the only way to get things there, and then they get their food. They grow a lot of their own food and get it from neighboring villages, so everything is fresh. But this place is incredible. It's like a 5-star resort in the rainforest. It is amazing. I mean, just a 5-star resort in the jungle. It is perfect for what we were looking for. So Pacuare Lodge does have a honeymoon suite. It's a little bit smaller, so we got the Linda Vista suite. It's a little bigger since we were going to be there for a few days. It has a room, a bathroom, a front porch, and your own spring-fed pool. It was incredible, and what I will say though is it's completely open. It's almost like a screened-in porch. So there is no air conditioning or heat or anything like that. It is completely open, but I love that. If you're not into that, then you might want to pick a different place. And we did stay at a few different places along the way, and you'll see those, and those might be more suitable for your taste. But this is our Linda Vista suite. I wish I had a vlog of it. It was incredibly beautiful. It was amazing. It even had an outdoor shower, which was really nice. So yeah, I just wanted to throw in a few pictures of all of that. It was awesome, and I would love to go back again. So I don't know if you can tell in these pictures, but those were our little bat friends. They stayed outside of our room, and they slept during the day and left at night, and it was cool to watch them when we were in our room. So since we were staying in the jungle, there are so many different plants that we had never seen, and just exploring the grounds of the lodge, you got to see all kinds of amazing plants that I've never seen before. And the food there at the lodge was incredible. They have all the little cabins, and then they have the main lodge where you go eat. Every meal is prepared by a chef, and it is so yummy and delicious. The food was fresh and amazing. That first night we did get a couples massage in the spa right along the river. This is a picture I got from their website, because I didn't take a picture of the actual room because the ladies were in there waiting for us. But the massage was the best massage I've ever had in my life. And then when you go back to your room, there's no electricity, so there's no like lights in the room. So when you come back from dinner, the maids have come and lit every candle in your room, and it is incredibly romantic. I mean, it's just the most romantic place on earth, seriously. So if you know anything about Costa Rica, you know that they are all about wildlife preservation and ecotourism. So while we were there, we did get to plant a tree, and we got to tag it. So when we go back, we can see how much our tree has grown. And I just thought that was an awesome experience to plant a tree together. And when we go back, we can see how much our love has grown. So among the activities that we signed up for, there's several things you can do at the lodge. You can play in the river. We did go at the beginning of the rainy season, so it did rain quite a lot while we were there. Not the whole time, but it did rain a good bit because we came at the beginning of their rainy season. So if you're planning a trip to Costa Rica, definitely look that up because I wasn't well aware of that. So luckily we just went at the beginning of the rainy season, so it wasn't too terrible. So we also did have breakfast in the nest. They have this tree house there where you can eat up in a tree, and it was so delicious and such an incredible experience, very romantic, and I highly recommend doing that activity. We went horseback riding, we went zip lining through the rainforest, and of course rafting in and out of the cabin. We did have a hike planned, but as we we hiked to the waterfall. Halfway there, Wes stepped on a snake, and we canceled all of our hikes for the trip because our raft guide said that he had been bitten by one of these snakes, and he was in the ICU for 11 days, and we just did not want to take that risk. So we just canceled our hikes after that. It was very alarming. So just be aware, if you're in the jungle, there are like 30 different kinds of venomous snakes there that will kill you. So that is a risk you take by staying somewhere as remote as this. So one of my favorite parts of this trip was the horseback riding. We rode to a nearby village, and I don't have any pictures or videos of the actual place we went to, but we did stop by one of the local homes, and it was an elderly lady. She was the village midwife, and she had delivered all the babies in the village for the last 30 years, and she had like 32 grandchildren of her own, something insane like that. And her house was so quaint but so welcoming. Her hospitality was just overwhelming. She made us lunch and fresh juice, and she showed us around her little farm. The lodge gets all their eggs from her. She had a ton of chickens. I'll have that pictured here shortly. And it was just an amazing experience. The locals here were so welcoming, so kind, and I just loved it. She reminded me of my own grandmother, and her granddaughter was there with her. And it was just really nice to interact with the locals. Anytime you're traveling out of the country, I highly recommend speaking or interacting with locals. It will really enrich your travels, just to really get an idea of the people and the culture. And it was just an amazing experience. We did have the guides translate for us, but she was so warm and welcoming. She hugged me. She was so sweet and kind, and I just loved that experience, and that was probably my favorite experience. My only complaint with Pacuare Lodge was the horseback riding. Now, mind you, this was 4 years ago, so it's probably changed since then. But as you can tell, the horses that we used were from a local villager, and I'm sure it was trying to help him out, but the horses that we used were old. They were not very strong, or they were very strong, but they were old and tired. And the one my husband rode, my husband's a bigger guy, and he's not overweight by any means, but he's a big man, and these horses were just not made to carry a man of his size for 3 or 4 hours. And it was just a little heartbreaking, and it made me feel really guilty the whole time. Like, I felt bad for the horses the whole time, so it took away the joy of the experience. It was really hard to enjoy when you knew that the animals were suffering. So that was my only complaint, is that I hope they find younger, sturdier horses if they are going to continue to offer this service. So my husband did end up having to get off his horse about halfway and walk the rest of the trip because the horse just couldn't handle it. So that was my only complaint with the lodge. And again, this was 4 years ago, so hopefully it has changed by now, but that was our only complaint. During our horseback riding, it was a 3-hour long trip, so we did stop at a few places along the way. There was a butterfly garden that we stopped at that I don't have any pictures or videos of because my camera died in true Lakin fashion. And we also stopped at a local's home. It was a reptile keeper, and he had basically just a building full of venomous snakes that he had captured, and we saw those, which was kind of it was more up my husband's alley. I'm not big into that, but my husband really enjoyed that as well. And again, it was just a local, and I think we paid like $10 a piece to see all of the venomous snakes, and it was pretty cool, but also very scary. And it was cool to see some more locals.
higher.
Yeah. I thought it was here.
Just do a little jump and that's it. Very good. Okay. Muy bien. So here, as you can see, we use the tandem speed pulley together with 3 different lines and the harness. Okay, so this is very, very safe. Don't worry about your leg, okay? About the position, just you need to sit completely in the harness. Okay, have a seat. I'm breaking for you. Okay, don't worry. Have a seat. Okay, exactly like that. Legs together or cross your feet if you want to. Lean back a little bit, please, exactly like that. Your dominant hand goes always 2 inches behind of the pulley, and then the other hand up here. Okay? Exactly. Okay, so is this your dominant hand? Very good. Okay, so always there. Okay? Now, if you keep this position, you will be always straight. Okay, so don't worry about it. Now, how to slow down? It's very easy. Okay? Just when you need to slow down, press down the cable slowly, gradually, and that's how you are going to stop, okay? Just press down slowly, okay? But please don't do this, because sometimes the people do this and it's not good, okay? Just press down the cable and keep your hand there, okay? And that's it. It's very, very easy, yes. Just a little bit, yes. It's very easy to stop, okay? Don't worry. And also, please, try to keep this hand always here, keeping touch the cable, okay? All the time. Because if you relax this hand, if you put it here, you start to spinning, you lost the position and you maybe do this. You will put your hand in front of the pulley. So it's not good, okay? It doesn't hurt your fingers, okay? So now, what happens if you start spinning a little bit? When that happens, just make this with your hand, like this, okay? So you stay like that, So then if you start spinning that way, you need to touch the cable here, make pressure here, and you come back, see? And then if you start coming this way, touch the cable here with your finger, like this. And you, exactly. So with this position, like this, you can keep the original position. You can go straight all the time, okay? And then if you need to slow down, press down the cable, and that's it, okay? Now, if you stop before you get to the next platform, you stop completely, okay? Don't worry. Just you need to grab the cable in front of the pulley, turn around, and then pull yourself backwards, hand over hand. And you can get to the next one, okay? Once you get there, we have a cable like a safety line around the feet. So we're going to use your safety line and we put it there, and then you can walk around, okay? And once you are over there, Roy is going to close the doors, and then you can take this out, okay? So don't worry.
Alright.
Okay? Then, I don't know if you have any question or
I think I'm good.
ready.
Just don't slow down too much.
No, just pay attention to Roy. Okay, I'm going.
But if I'm going and I don't want to, I just keep it kind of loose.
Yes, kind of. Like Muy bien.
Just remember, lean back.
Yeah, stand up and go.
Yes, you're careful. Okay,
You got the video?
Yep.
let me. Voy, está listo. Okay, vamos. Ready. You can go. Okay, have fun. Don't cry. Okay. Go, go, go! Very good. Muy bien.
Whoa! How was it? Very good. How was it, bro?
Awesome.
Good. Finally together again. Cool. Wait. Ahí, ya. Hey, hello. Póngale ahí, Oscar.
So I did forget to mention that Pacuare has a jaguar reservation close by, and they also have a hike to a indigenous camp. There are still natives that live in Costa Rica. They're uncivilized, so to speak, but they still live in the rainforest with little help from the outside world. And we did have a hike planned to go there, but because of the snake situation, we did cancel that hike. So we opted for a romantic private dinner, and they made it very special for us. It is a 4 or 5 star resort. I think it was only about $200 a night. Every place we stayed was around $170 to $220 a night. This place was really nice, and we were right beside the volcano, but as you can tell from the pictures, we could not see it because of the fog. But we did spend some time in the nearby town, and I will have it in the pictures below, the name of that town. We went to Adventure Naturalis and Tabacon Hot Springs, which was another amazing experience. The hot springs were incredible, and then we had dinner at a buffet there. I loved every part of this trip, and I am dying to go back to Costa Rica. So I hope you all enjoyed this video of our honeymoon. I know it's not the best quality, but I still wanted to share this amazing experience and my love and my heart for Costa Rica and its people and its beauty. And I highly encourage anyone looking to travel to please consider Costa Rica as an option, because it is amazing. So thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell to be updated anytime that I upload. Thanks again for watching. I love you, and Jesus loves you too. God bless you all.